This is a review of Bigfoot Quest and also an overview of shows that are coming up. Um, Bigfoot Quest was actually pretty good. There was no guest. The guest was supposed to be William Barnes of the Falcon Project, but he had to bow out. He was unfortunately unable to be on the show. So what Mike and Bob did was they discussed the markers. They had kind of a part three of tree markers. And I certainly hope that they were able to complete the trilogy, as it were, because this was the third part of that discussion. And there was quite a bit of discussion from Mike about the some of the different markers that he has found in the forests. The different photos, and there are photos of markers which can be found by going to bigfootquest.weebly.com. You can actually see all the photographs that Mike and Bob referenced during the show. And there are rock formations, tree formations, stick formations, things of that nature. Things that I don't think can completely be explained by tree deadfall. I know there are some who would say, oh, well, it's tree deadfall. If I want to see that, I can go in my backyard. Well, I don't think you can explain them all away in that neat little package, as it were. I just don't see how intricate patterns could be blamed for from tree deadfall. I just don't see where that's possible. Or a microburst or something like that coming down. It's yeah. The thing is, the skeptical believers, they want to have a nice tidy little explanation for everything, and it's not so simple in some cases. But it was a great show, and I really enjoyed it, what I heard of it. And not sure what Bob and Mike are going to have planned for a couple weeks from now, but their show will be back on September 7th at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot_Quest. Now tonight will be HBM's Crypto Corner. We'll be concluding our Authors Month with author Tom Powell, author of The Locals, and also the upcoming novel Shady Neighbors. And that'll begin at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/HBMs-Crypto-Corner. And then Sunday night, Night Callers, they're going to have Jan C. Allen, a researcher from Georgia, from the Georgia Investigation Group. That'll begin at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/Nightcallers. Anyway, and then on Sunday night at 9 Eastern, or excuse me, 8 Eastern, 7 Central will be Squash Detective Radio. I'm not sure what the topic's going to be for that show, but Steve is leading up to his expose of the Bigfootery Inquirer, which will be on September 5th at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/Squash Detective. And then next Monday night, Abe and Evie will be back after taking a week off. Abe's got to take some time off from filibustering. That's why he took the other night off. Just kidding, Abe. Anyway, they're going to bring on Alan Berry. Alan Berry of Sierra Sounds fame. He was, well, I don't want to say he was the first to go in there and record sounds, but because Ron Moorhead and Warren and Lewis Johnson had done it previously to Alan Berry coming into the camp. Alan was the only, you might say, outsider that was sort of invited into their camp. And I think it'll be a very interesting show. Of course, he co-wrote a book with the late Barbara Ann Slate, just simply titled Bigfoot, back in the 70s. And there's an interesting story about the Minaret Skull, and I'm sure that perhaps Abe and Evie will ask him about that. I don't want to reveal too much about it, but it's a fascinating story. It really is. That story is in their book, by the way. If you can get a hold of their book, it's a rare book, but it's well worth getting. It really is. And I do. I happen to have a copy of it myself, and it's a really great book. Anyway, that show will begin at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/MNBRT. That'll be next Monday, which will be Monday um, the the 30th. Yes, August 30th. Right. And then HBMs will be taking a week off. There will be no show on September 1st, but we will be back on September 8th, with sort of our season finale. It'll kind of be our season finale. It'll be a panel discussion on the Patterson-Gimlin film. So far, we have one participant that has confirmed to be on the show, but the other two, I'm still waiting to hear back from them. But anyway, as with all the Blog Talk Radio shows, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research. Oh, and as far as the Skype chats, they've been going great. We had 2 nights this past weekend. Friday and Saturday night, we all just kind of got together and we just chatted and laughed, and we really enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time. And those of you who have Skype, just look us up. Look us up on Friday and Saturday nights, beginning at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And we had some really good conversations. We got to talk about some really great subjects, and we really had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. We really had fun, though. It was great, and I always look forward to those Friday and Saturday night chats on Skype when we just talk squatch, and we just have fun doing it. So yeah, those of you who are on Skype, look us up. Look us up. And those of you who are squatchers, look us up. We're there. Usually on Friday and Saturday nights. Anyway, that's all for now. No, actually, that's not all for now. I do want to continue to announce about the season premiere of Destination Truth, which will premiere on September 9th at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Sci-Fi. And then immediately following Destination Truth will be Beast Legends, which is a program examining different cryptozoological creatures. And what they're doing is they're utilizing, you might say, state-of-the-art methods to do this. They're putting together like computer animation and sketch work and things of that nature, kind of examining cryptids from the ground up, you might say. That'll begin at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on Sci-Fi, Thursday, September 9th. And then Fact or Fake will be returning on sometime in November. They did have a very, very short 45-second segment about the skunk ape on the last episode, the season finale. And it was just a very short segment. Wasn't very long at all. They're not considering examining that just yet. That may come in the second season. I do know that Destination Truth will be returning to Hairy Hominids on September 30th. Their show on September 30th will be examining the Siberian snowman. It'll be at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Sci-Fi. So check your local listings for time and channel. I haven't heard anything about the upcoming Bob Saget's Strange Days. That'll be premiering sometime possibly late this summer or early fall on A&E. But and I'll let y'all know when I find out something. There was a segment that they filmed back in April which featured members of the BFRO. So I think that'll be a great thing. And then, of course, speaking of the BFRO, their upcoming pilot for hopefully a series, which will be called Sasquatch: The Ultimate Hunt, will be airing sometime, possibly this fall, on Animal Planet. And as I mentioned to you in my last video, I read an email that James Fay, aka Bobo, sent to Daniel Perez regarding those upside down trees in Alaska, because that's where they filmed. That's where they filmed the pilot episode for Sasquatch: The Ultimate Hunt, which may turn into a series. We really don't know for sure yet. Anyway, that's just some updates on some upcoming cryptozoological programming, both internet, radio, and television. So, there you go. We'll see you guys later.